So it seems that you all love these top 10 type lists. And I usually don't do a lot of that, but I guess I'll have to make an exception this time. So I have 10 fragrances that are office friendly, office safe, however you want to word it. Stay tuned. Alright, so glad you all stuck around to see what this list consists of. But before I get into the list, for those of you who are brand new to this channel, my name is Keith and this is The Fragrant Life. And we talk about all types of fragrance related content on this channel. We talk about niche, high-end niche, maybe a little lower end niche if that's a thing. We have high-end designer right here behind me. I have cheapies, all sorts of different types of fragrances. So with that being said, if you like that type of content and you think this channel is for you, then definitely hit that subscribe button. Make sure you smash the icon bell, and when it opens up, hit all so you get all content uploaded by me through this channel. Make sure you like the videos, thumbs up. Make sure you share the videos and be active in the comment section. With that being said, this is a pretty lengthy list. I have about 11 fragrances, and I said top 10, and you know what? I'm gonna stay true to that. I'm gonna do a top 10, but I have a whole bunch of honorable mentions. So I'm not gonna go into all the note breakdowns and trying to describe what all this stuff smells like. A lot of this you may already know what it smells like, but if not, definitely you can take this list, pick whatever you want to look into, Google it, Fragrantica, wherever you want to go at, and they'll give you all the information you need. So let's get started. Now, I didn't want to do the obvious fragrances, and with the type of fragrances that I've been pulling in lately, I could have easily went with a few Creed fragrances. I could have went with a few other fragrances that are higher end, like Parfums de Marly and stuff like that, that are office safe and office friendly. But I wanted to do a mixture of different fragrances, not just niche or not just designer. So this is a little mixed up. Not a lot of high-end fragrances as far as like niche type stuff, but we'll see what's on the list. Maybe there aren't any on this list. Who knows? You just have to stick around to see. So first up, and I know people are gonna be butthurt about these two, but they're not in my list at all. But I do highly recommend these fragrances, any one of the fragrances from these particular lines, whether it's the EDT, the EDP, or the Parfum. Easily, both of these houses can be office safe, office friendly, as long as you don't overspray. So the first one, Bleu de Chanel, and this is the Parfum edition. And Dior Sauvage, this is the Eau de Parfum edition. Both of these can be worn in an office setting with the right amount of sprays and not be offensive, and can be a compliment getting beast either one of these for you. So Bleu de Chanel, Dior Sauvage. One I just recently picked up, and it actually is pretty good. I wore it a couple of days ago. I posted it on Instagram and Facebook. I don't believe I've done a review on this yet, but I will soon. And it's from the house of Paco Rabanne. This is XS. And this to me is a office friendly, office safe fragrance. Yeah, it smells clean, crisp, slightly sweet. It kind of puts me in the mind frame of a Platinum Chanel fragrance, but add a little bit of sweetness to it, and it's along that same line. Now, I've gotten word from a few people on Instagram and Facebook that they don't really care for this fragrance. Somebody said it smelled like something, I can't even remember, but they didn't like it. Well, my list, I like it, so that's all that needs to be said. Paco Rabanne XS. Another one that some people may be butthurt about that's on this list. And I was talking to somebody on Instagram earlier this morning, and they actually done a video on this fragrance, and I told them that I liked it. This is a perfect office scent if you ask me, and this is from the house of Chanel. This is Platinum Egoist. A great office friendly fragrance. It's clean, almost soapy like. You can't go wrong. And I don't think you can overspray with this one personally. I know the guy who did the video earlier that I was talking to, he said he, didn't want to overspray, or he didn't think you should overspray, but I don't know if you can overspray with this one, but that's just my opinion. Next up, one of the highest selling fragrances of all time. When I say that, you should already know what it is. It's been around for ages. This is from Giorgio Armani Acqua di Gio. Now, if you can't get away with wearing something like this to the office, then something is definitely wrong. Crisp, clean, refreshing, aquatic. Oh, that is so nice. Very nice. There are alternatives to this fragrance, but ain't nothing like the real thing, baby. Ain't nothing like the real thing. Next up, another fragrance that kind of puts me in the same mind frame, but it is a little bit fruity slightly. Nobody really talks about this fragrance except for a lot of us lower tier reviewers. And I know Mo over at Scent Nation, he talks about it constantly. Every time he's in the rack stores doing videos, he always picks it up and he rants and raves about it. And I like it too. This is from the house of Zegna. This is Zegna Uomo. And it puts me in the mind frame of Acqua di Gio, but it has a fruity note to it. I love it. I don't know why a lot more of the top tier type reviewers don't mention fragrances like this, but hey, it's on my list. That's all that matters. Another office friendly or office safe scent from the house of Hugo Boss. This is Boss Unlimited. And if you have a fragrance like Lacoste L1212 Blanche or something like that, this falls along the same line. It's that white floral, crisp, clean type fragrance. Very refreshing. I can see this being worn in an office setting or inside a building and not offend anyone. Very good fragrance. Not a lot of people mention this one either. From the house of Hugo Boss Unlimited. Another one that I passed on when I first came into the fragrance game, and a lot of people were still mentioning this fragrance. I've heard this name over and over and over throughout the years before I even became interested in fragrances. I saw this once in TJ Maxx across the street from me, like it was like a few Christmases ago, like 2 or 3 years ago, and I passed on it. And the price was kind of high for a rack store, but I passed on it, and I actually picked this up not too long ago at a thrift store for about, I think it was like $7, $8, or $9 or something like that. And it's a partial bottle, but it's Vera Wang For Men. And somebody actually sent me a bottle of this, a full bottle of it, and I didn't care for it. I barely could smell it. I put it on skin. It didn't last long, but I tried it out not too long ago when I bought this one, and it gave me decent performance. It wasn't bad, but it's not loud. It's not aggressive. It doesn't scream at you. Very nice office scent. Next up, another one not a lot of people mention. Another one from the house of Hugo Boss, and I'm not a Hugo Boss fan. I'm not gonna sit here in front like I am, but for me to put these two fragrances from Hugo Boss on this list says a lot about Hugo Boss as of recently. Now this one kind of disappointed me because with the name Hugo Boss Night, you would think it would be a little darker, a little more heavy, resinous or whatever. But this is just another freshie. Yeah, just another fresh type fragrance, office friendly, non-offensive. And this is the 200 ml bottle. I didn't need this big bottle. I think I have a smaller size one down there, but I actually was selling this one, but who knows, I may just keep it. But anyway, Hugo Boss Night. Chris over at Casual Fragrances mentioned this fragrance, and I was curious about it. I'm not a fan of this particular brand. I like car fragrances, especially the house of Bentley and Mercedes, but this one I'm not too sure of. I'm not fond of, but I actually like this one. I didn't care for the red bottle, but this blue one is very nice. It falls into the category with those other blue fragrances, and this is Mustang Blue. This is another office friendly, safe fragrance. It's blue. It has that aquatic feel to it. Smells pretty damn good. The performance on it may not be the best, but in an office setting, you don't really need it to go hard. Maybe around the 5.5, 6 hour mark with something like this, and then you just reapply around lunchtime. Mustang Blue. And my last honorable mention is gonna have to go to this one. And I actually had this in the list, but I'm gonna take it out of the list. This one is from the house of Mercedes-Benz. It's Mercedes-Benz. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you have seen this bottle around, and some of you just may not have picked it up. But I got this at a pretty decent deal, I believe, from Ross. And yeah, another clean, crisp, refreshing type fragrance, office safe, and it doesn't break the bank. I think you can pick this up for like maybe $20, $25 at max. I wouldn't pay anything more than that because this isn't the best quality of fragrance like Bentley For Men Intense, but this does get the job done. Now let's get into the list. And I know some of you may be saying, well, man, you got the heavy hitters in the honorable mention section, so what the hell are you going to show? Stay tuned to find out. Here we go. So one fragrance that does not get a lot of love in the fragrance community at all. They mentioned all of the other flankers. I think Justin Copeland even mentioned that he didn't care for this one. I sprayed this, and I don't know, maybe it's just because of the performance on this one that people don't like it, but I actually like this fragrance, and it is Bulgari Man. Now, the one everybody rants and raves about is Bulgari Man Extreme. I don't care for that one. It gives me a massive headache, even if I spray 1 or 2 sprays, and I don't know what's in that fragrance that makes my head hurt, but it does. But this one is a very classy smelling fragrance. It kind of reminds me of that Mercedes-Benz one I just showed you, but this is nice. Very nice. This is not overly offensive if you're looking for something that you can, like if you're a boss or a manager or something and you don't want to be overly aggressive with your fragrance, you're going to be around people all day. You don't want on something that's going to be, you know, giving people headaches and inducing vomiting and stuff like that. So pretty good fragrance if you ask me. Bulgari Man. That's the number 10 spot. Number 9, I can't count. Number 9 is one that is definitely signature scent worthy if you ask me. I love this scent, and it's from the house of Versace. This is Versace Pour Homme. I love this juice. I love it. Definitely a office friendly, safe scent and a compliment puller. I remember wearing this to work when I used to work at the hospital, and this got me compliments every time I wore it. And you know, this is a new bottle, so don't ask why it's brand new or why is it still full. My other bottle I actually gifted to somebody, and I picked this one up because my other bottle was smaller than this, and I picked this one up. So Versace Pour Homme. Number 8 definitely is a compliment puller and an office friendly type fragrance from the house of Saint Laurent. This is Y. And I'm not talking about the eau de parfum or the parfum. This is just the regular EDT version. You don't need to go parfum and all of that. That stuff is a little bit heavier. This is just what you need. Something light, airy, and it smells fantastic. My ring light is serious. The number 8 spot. The number 7 spot. Now there's another reviewer. I can't remember his name right now, but I saw his post on Instagram or Facebook, wherever it was. And he's always constantly mentioning this house. And I completely agree with him. This house does not get a lot of love. And the only fragrance that a lot of people talk about is Carbon. Well, this is Prada Lunarosa Sport, or Prada Lunarosa Eau Sport is what it says on the bottom. This also is a office friendly, safe fragrance. Oh, it smells so good, man. I don't know why more people don't talk about this fragrance. This one I found at Ross, I think like my first year doing reviews, and it was like 40 bucks, and they had just stuck it on the shelf, and I was looking. Now, I'm gonna mention something in this video. When reviewers like Trey, Sam, myself, and other reviewers, we do these cheapy in-store, rack store videos. These are the type fragrances that we're talking about that are hidden gems. I'm not talking about the super cheap ones, in which sometimes some of those can be, you know, hidden gems also. But we're looking for fragrances to pop up, something like this. You know what I'm saying? If you can find something like this, like these Bulgari fragrances that pop up, every now and then you may find like the Vera Wang that I found, or the Paco Rabanne XS. Those are the fragrances that we're talking about. And people get so upset when we do these in-store, rack store videos, and they just don't understand the concept of what we're doing. They think we're wasting our time when we're actually not. So anyway, the number 8 spot. Number 7, my bad. Number 6. This one doesn't get a lot of mention anymore either. And I found this one at a TJ Maxx. And I had never seen this one before. And when I saw it, I was like, well, it's a Bulgari. So how bad can it be? And I got it. And man, oh man, was I surprised. Bulgari. I can't even see what it says. My ring light. Bulgari Pour Homme Soir is the name of this one. This is a great smelling fragrance, a nice bottle, heavy cap, snaps into place, nice bottle, and the juice inside is phenomenal. Gentlemanly, classy, perfect for the office, perfect for the boss. Man, it smells good. If you see this in the wild, pick it up, guys. Trust me. Number 5 is going to Tom Ford, and this is Gray Vetiver. Definitely a office friendly fragrance. If you don't know what this is, you need to get your nose on it. The perfect gentleman type fragrance. And I guarantee you this will probably get you compliments. That is, if people can stand the smell of vetiver. This is not a strong, overbearing type vetiver. This is very crisp, it's clean, it's smooth, and I love it. Number 5, Tom Ford's Gray Vetiver. Number 4 is going to one. This is a recent pickup for me. like recent. And I didn't post this because I actually got it today. And it is from the house of Missoni. And I did not keep my bottle. I looked for it and I must have went ahead and sold it because I didn't care for it. The OG Missoni, to me, it did have kind of a Bleu de Chanel-y kind of vibe, but it also had that shower gel kind of vibe, which is not a bad thing, but I'm just not into the shower gel type fragrances, so I didn't really care for the OG. But I smelled this one today and I got it on the back of my hand. I got in my vehicle, I sprayed it, and at first I was like, it does kind of in the opening have that shower gel type vibe. So I left where I was at, which was our local mall, and I was going to TJ Maxx. But before I went to TJ Maxx, I think I stopped at Dairy Queen. I got me something to eat, and as I'm in the line, I was handing the girl my card, and my hand went across my face, and I got a whiff of something that smelled good. And I'm looking around in my truck like, did I waste something? And I smelled my hand and I was like, wow, that really smells good. So from the house of Missoni Wave. If you have not gotten your nose on Missoni Wave, definitely do that. For me, this is what should have came first, but you know, there are a lot of people out there who like the OG. I didn't care for it, like I said, but this one is right up my alley when it comes to that blue type fragrance. And it's not the typical blue like I showed you earlier, like Bleu de Chanel and all that stuff. It's kind of in the same vein. It's crisp, kind of aquatic smelling. I don't know the notes in it because I didn't look them up. I'm just trying to go off of what I can smell, but this is good. This is definitely good. So Missoni Wave, if you can get to your local mall, Belks or wherever sells these fragrances, get your nose on it. That's number 4. Number 3, another one that nobody mentions anymore, and I don't see these in the wild. I got lucky when I found this one at my local TJ Maxx, but I let it sit for a while trying to see if the price would come down on it, and I almost missed out because somebody actually picked it up and they moved it to another section, and when I came in I was like, oh, it's gone. But then I was thumbing through somewhere and I found it. But from the house of Bulgari, this is Blue or BLV Pour Homme, however you want to say it. This is a very nice, clean, soapy smelling fragrance. And if somebody tells you ever in life that you smell too clean, something is wrong with them. This smells like a very expensive bar of soap. I've only worn this maybe twice, and I don't want to waste it. I don't know how hard it is to find this, if you can find it online or whatever, but this is a very nice fragrance, man. And when I found it at TJ Maxx, the price on this thing was like almost $45. And I waited for the price to come down, and you know, it went down like a few dollars. Then I waited some more and it went down a little bit more. And then finally, like maybe 2 or 3 months later, it got to a point where I was like, okay, this is in that danger zone. I need to go ahead and grab this before somebody picks it up. And I got it, and I've had it, and I've loved it ever since. From the house of Bulgari, this is Blue or BLV or however you say it, Pour Homme. Top 2. This is one of the fragrances I mentioned earlier that everybody talks about over the other Prada. And the reason why is because this is a very good version of Dior Sauvage, if you ask me. I didn't care for Dior Sauvage when it first came out because of that sharp, I guess, ambroxany type vibe it gives off. This one did it for me, and this is Prada Lunarosa Carbon. This one does not have that super It doesn't have that super ambroxany type smell. It does have that kind of vibe to it, but this is more toned down. This is a more wearable version if you ask me. This is just my personal opinion. I know the diehard Sauvage fans are gonna probably burn a cross with Sauvage on the front of it down where I live, but I'm just stating facts on my end. I like this over the original Dior Sauvage, and I'm glad I found this. Now, I picked this up at Ross. It was in a gift set just after Christmas, and when I walked in, I really couldn't believe it. I could, but I couldn't because I found that other product, but the gift set of this was in there, and I grabbed this, and I was like, there's no way I'm leaving this in the store. So if you're looking for a Dior Sauvage, but not the actual Dior Sauvage, get this. This does it. Prada Lunarosa Carbon. And the #1 office-friendly, office-safe type fragrance, and I'm pretty sure most of the reviewers out there would agree with me on this one, Prada Loam is the one that most people lean more towards when it comes to office-safe fragrances. And I definitely agree. Man, this smells so good in here. I done sprayed all this stuff. This fragrance is the epitome of office safe fragrances. It's clean, it's fresh. Nobody's gonna say you smell too clean. At least I don't think so. And if they do, they're weird as hell. But affordable. All of these fragrances in this video are affordable, with the exception of maybe the Tom Ford Grey Vetiver. You may be able to find it online at a decent price depending on bottle size like I did, but for the most part, all of the fragrances that I've shown, well, yeah, Bleu de Chanel and Sauvage can be bought at a pretty decent price also. But yeah, so that is my list, y'all, of office friendly, office safe fragrances. Now, a lot of these you may not want to wear in the cold, besides Sauvage and maybe Bleu de Chanel and the Lunarosa Carbon. The rest of these, I'm not sure if you would really want to wear in the extreme cold because they may not hold up to the weather. But if you're going to be inside all day in a small office or a cubicle or something like that, then definitely pick out one of these fragrances. You can sit next to somebody and possibly not offend them unless they just got a super sensitive nose and they just can't stand anything. They probably can't even stand their own fart. But with that being said, y'all, thanks for tuning in, watching this extremely long video. This video is 27 minutes going on 28 minutes long. I'm out of here. If you have any familiarity with any of these fragrances, definitely let me know down in the comment section. And I am out of here, y'all. Here is to smelling great. Peace.